As the 20th Congress of the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, is approaching, and during the week-long break of October 1st, China's National Day Week, the CCP is trying to ensure that there are no accidents at the 20th Congress. As such, the governments of various parts of China have implemented a model where if one person is diagnosed, the entire area is locked down. It has stranded many tourists as a result. Beijing is, in particular, in a state of panic to the extent that everyone is treated as an enemy. A large number of military and police guards are seen on the streets. It's reported on the internet that pedestrians are not allowed to walk in Tiananmen Square, and Beijing is heavily guarded with police officers every few yards. To ensure the smooth convening of the 20th National Congress of the CCP, governments around China have adopted harsh control measures. Chinese people describe it as using a butcher's ox cleaver to kill a chicken, meaning making unnecessary great efforts to do trivial things. People are confined to their homes and neighborhoods to prevent the outbreak from spilling over into Beijing. The reality is, Beijing isn't exactly peaceful either. Footage shows a large number of military and police guards at the Beijing Exhibition Hall for unknown reasons. Residents of Beijing drove past Tiananmen Square and noticed no people in Tiananmen Square. What they saw were military personnel posted there every 10 meters. No lights were on in the square. The entire area was dark without any of the festive atmosphere of the so-called October 1st National Day holiday. In the video, on the road in front of Tiananmen Square, a man in a moving car said, "Now Tiananmen Square is not illuminated. We came to Tiananmen Square today. Basically, no bicycles nor pedestrians are allowed. It's heavily guarded with police every 10 meters. No motorcycles nor electric vehicles are allowed. We are driving, but we're instructed to leave. There is no one in front of Tiananmen Square. Only police officers are there. Look at this side of Tiananmen Square. There are no lights, no celebratory air. This is strange. There is no one. There is no festival atmosphere." On October 7th, a video was posted on the internet. It showed a SWAT team patrolling the streets of Beijing with guns. Everyone wore black helmets and was armed from head to toe. A long line of black armored vehicles parked on the roadside. The line was so long that one saw no end. No one knew how many vehicles there were, but the words Chaoyang, which is a core district of Beijing, and SWAT can be seen on the body of those vehicles. Netizens exclaimed, "What? Even the Russian-occupied zone in Ukraine isn't patrolled like this. How great is the country? Using this kind of gear against your own people? This is the only one in the world. Use our money to intimidate and terrorize us to protect the regime. It's riding on our neck." The CCP uses the epidemic as an excuse to restrict people's freedom to travel. During the week-long October 1st holiday, many residents from Shenzhen will usually travel to Daya Bay to spend their vacations. This year, some tourists have been stranded there and are forced to stay in high-priced hotels that cost over 2,000 RMB a night. Local authorities dispatched a massive police force to ban people from getting around. People had to stand in long lines for nucleic acid tests, completely destroying their interest in traveling. In addition, Zhangjiajie, a tourist city in Hunan province, began static management from October 6 after a positive case was found. They have asked tourists and residents not to go out. Buses and taxis are suspended. Scenic spots and shops are closed, and students are temporarily suspended from returning to school. The entire population will be tested twice in 3 days and can only leave the city with a negative result within the 24 hours of nucleic acid test. Tourists from out of town have their health codes changed to red, which means they are infected, prohibiting them from leaving. They have been taken to designated hotels for quarantine. On October 6th, an infected individual went to KFC in Hangzhou. As a result, the entire local population has been placed under lockdown. Many people tried to flee in haste. A video released by netizens shows that on October 8th, Beijing Airport looked deserted, with few people in the Grand Airport. After the week-long holiday, it should have been packed with people. Netizens said, This is an unreal scene before the 20th Congress. Beijing is under strict control. Many tourists may have to wait until after the 20th Congress before returning to Beijing. Many of the Beijing residents who traveled out of town were given red health codes or yellow codes. They can't even get on a plane.